Alright, what is up, everybody? It is TheOnlyDarkblade, and with me I have my friend...
Cookie. And
Cookie!
today,
So, what are we talking about?
I think we're talking about Elder Scrolls Online
Elder
and
Scrolls Online! Woo!
the news we finally found.
Yeah, I mean, guys, even though this game has been announced since, this was announced back in May of 2012, we're still going to talk about it because at E3 we saw some gameplay, didn't we?
Yeah, yes, we did. And some interesting facts and more news for you guys.
Alrighty, so here goes. So, the story apparently is based on the Daedric Prince Molag Bal, which some of you Skyrim players may remember as the Daedric Prince of Seat, I believe. Anyway, um,
Yes.
trying to take over the entire world of Tamriel because there's apparently political corruption, and he sees that as a weakness in the land, so he decides to try to take it over. So, what do you think about that? Molag Bal is the new big villain.
I thought that was really good because, I think in Skyrim, they're the big villain. There wasn't really one apart from, like, Stormcloaks and, Alduin the Dragon, but I think having a Daedric Prince is much more interesting because, powers and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because I mean, the Daedric princes were pretty much your friends. I mean, they treated you like a puppet, but I mean, they were still your friends. And after completing their quests, well, not really friends, but um, after completing their quests back in Skyrim, you would get rewarded for it. But instead, this time around, it's they're villains and they're gonna try to kill you. But the funny thing is that um, I mean, in my opinion, I think it should have been more Daedric princes than just Molag Bal. Maybe it is because that's all we're filled in with right now. So. Anyway, so
Yeah.
you have any information on the game?
Yeah, I'll have the factions and the races that go with the factions.
So there's three
So,
factions, right?
yeah, three factions, and the first one is Aldemary Dominion. That's led by Queen Irene, and that's represented on the flag by an eagle. And the races in that faction are Aldmere, Bosmere, and Khajiit, like the cat people, which I think is
Khajiit,
pretty
yeah.
awesome. I do like the cats.
Meow. Actually, they're awesome in an arms combat.
The next faction we have Daggerfall Covenant, led by King Emmerich, represented by a lion, and in that faction we have the races of Brentons,
The
Redguards, and
Bretons.
Orcs. Bretons, yeah. And the third faction we have is Ebomeric Pack, led by Jorn the Skald King, represented by a dragon, and the races in that faction are Dunmer, Nords, and Argonians.
Did you say Ebonheart Pact?
Ebomeric.
Ebonmeric? It's Ebonheart.
Or whatever, same thing.
Anyway, so that's pretty cool. I mean, each faction owns three pieces of Tamriel. I mean, each faction claims, three, I want to say continents, and this is all like one country, Tamriel. I guess it'd be
Yeah.
represented as, but yeah, so that's cool because instead of it being just like a civil war, it's a big war. It's countrywide, and there's these three big factions controlling massive pieces of land, and it's pretty cool. The battles have been definitely upscaled in this.
Yeah, definitely.
It's gonna be awesome to be part
One
of.
thing I'm kind of interested about in the battle section is that if you've seen PlanetSide 2 and other games like Star Conflict, they have three factions also, and they have like areas, and it's like real-time strategy kind of. You can attack different areas, and at the end of like 24 hours, whoever wins like takes that area, and the enemy could just take it back the next day. It's really interesting. It's like an ongoing battle forever. So I wondered if they're doing that because that's pretty interesting, and I really want to try it out.
Actually, yeah, the Elder Scrolls Online has a mechanic like that. Like I didn't write this down anywhere in my newspaper here, but um, actually there's this part of the Elder Scrolls Online where Cyrodiil, being the PvP area
Yeah.
for the entire, PvP portion of the game, um, you go to Cyrodiil and you do these massive battles between the three factions, and whatever faction wins these big battles, actually someone in the faction gets claimed as emperor,
Yeah, I think
which
that's
is really
a
really
good idea.
cool. I mean, you remember that big tall tower from Skyrim, or
Yeah.
sorry, Oblivion. Jeez, how did I mess that up? Earl. Anyway, this is really cool, guys. We've also found out that the game will have first person, which, first person, like in every other Elder Scrolls game, which will definitely have fans like myself and Cookie here.
Yeah.
Feeling
They kept
back
that
at
original.
home. We're definitely going to feel back in, the Elder Scrolls universe. It's not just going to feel like, a spin-off, MMO called The Elder Scrolls Online. No, it's supposed to actually feel like an Elder Scrolls game. Like, you feel like you're playing an Elder Scrolls game, which is great
Yeah.
for fans, which is really awesome.
I also like the fact that it's a whole of it's a whole of Tamriel as well.
Yeah, like, there's so much land. I mean, one thing that kind of sucks is that places like Black Marsh and Elsewhere, which have been places that have never really been revealed before, we don't get to explore them much. We get, like, they're limited exploration as far as we know, so.
Yeah.
Which is one bummer, but I mean, the whole of Tamriel, that's huge. I mean, you guys who have played Skyrim and Oblivion and Morrowind, like, those are huge games. Like, the land is huge. And now imagine combining those and, like, 6 other plots of land right in one giant game. Like, so what else do you have on the game?
We also hear that ESO will be on next-gen consoles like PS4 and Xbox One, which is really interesting because at first, when they announced it, they said it was only be on PC, like gaming PC.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it'll only be available on PC, but then the next-gen consoles, they're like, hey, we can do this. Which is
E3,
good.
They switch it up and just
which is great, yeah. Availability for those who don't want to go the PC gaming route, which is actually awesome because, that's just great, to be honest. Actually, another interesting information here is that this game's been in development for over 5 years. That's a good amount of time that the whole team has been pretty much, well, not the whole team, I mean, they spent some time in there developing Skyrim, obviously. But the game's been in development, it's been planned for a long time, and ZeniMax Online Studios was actually created specifically for the Elder Scrolls Online, which is a really cool, like, they created an entire studio. I mean, what do you think about that? They created an entire studio for one game.
To be honest, I'm really happy because that shows that they're dedicated to making this game the best that it could be. So there won't be like as much glitches, and hopefully there won't be people hacking it because that's a really big downer.
I don't want my Elder Scrolls games being hacked.
Neither
no, please, no. Anyway, so what other information do you have for us?
Also, if you sign up, go on their website now and sign up. You can get the chance to get a beta. This is interesting. Which I've already done.
That'd be badass. Just getting in the beta.
We also have a new gameplay trailer coming in a month, showing new gameplay of all the races and all the factions and the landscapes and stuff. So that would be pretty cool.
That's awesome. I mean, they haven't revealed much of the game, but they've revealed a few things, including they've showed some first-person combat. And they've also showed that some things are really similar to Skyrim, like, for a sense that, like, you remember in Oblivion when you you picked a class or whatever?
Yeah.
Whereas in Skyrim you didn't, you just kind of did what you wanted and your proficiencies leveled up in, like, how the manner you played. Well, this game is, like, it's like the best of both worlds. Like, you pick a class, but that's just the starting point. That's just, that doesn't mean much. Because you may be able to pick, like, Warlock as your class or something, or, like, Mage or something.
Yeah.
But you could still run around with full heavy armor and a big two-handed barbarian axe blazing.
Yeah, see, that kind of
cool.
Kind of reflects on PvP because I've got a feeling that people will choose classes in which they could tank and just take so much damage and deal so much damage.
Yeah, like, you don't even need to pick a class to tank, though. You can just pick, like, any class. Like, you can pick any kind of class you want, but you can wear whatever you want and tank. So it's like you pick the class, like, what you do in Oblivion, but you also get the whole, like, you play how you want to be, and it really adds a whole new level of creativity and uniqueness to your character, which is just awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, do you have anything else, or?
Yeah, some more stuff.
Alright.
The story will be connected with the other games, so the story will be connected with Oblivion, Morrowind, and Skyrim, which is, again, enticing. So that's pretty cool.
That's awesome, actually, because, I mean, if you're one of those people who's really, really into lore, I mean, I'm into lore, but I'm not gonna sit there for an hour and pick up all these books I find and read them, because I don't know, personally, I mean, I love the story behind, like, the Elder Scrolls games, like, I absolutely adore them, but just the fact that, I mean, I haven't sat down and read many of the books. I've read a couple, and the fact that they say, in the Elder Scrolls Online is based, how many years before Skyrim?
I do believe 1,000.
Yes. Based 1,000 years
Millennium.
before the events of Skyrim, and the fact that any of the lore and all the stories that you're hearing about are connected to the Elder Scrolls Online, you get to actually live those stories, which is
Yeah,
really, really like that's cool, in my
in
opinion.
depth. Like I've always wondered about the Great War because that was
Yeah, they
talked
talked
about a
about the
lot in
Great
Skyrim.
War of the Aldmeri Dominion taking over the
Yeah,
Empire. Actually, that was really close to the events of Skyrim, so I don't think that'll be connected. But I think that sort of hints at how well the Aldmeri Dominion's gonna do in the Elder Scrolls Online, because if they didn't succeed then they waited a few hundred years and took over,
yeah,
or almost 1,000 actually, something like that. Anyway, I'm just kind of blabbing on, but anyway, did me and you both agree on this? The reason believed that Skyrim DLC was like they stopped making Skyrim DLC, right?
yeah,
Well, the reason believed for that is because one of the developers actually said they want the whole team and everyone on the team dedicated to their biggest project yet, quote unquote, says ZeniMax developer. So, again, that shows real dedication to the game. They want to make it as good as it can be, and if there's any bugs in launch, they want to crush them right away. They don't want to launch like EA games. Oh my god.
yeah,
Sorry for bashing EA, but I'm just saying like I want more Skyrim DLC. I do because the Elder Scrolls Online is not coming out until spring of 2014, which kind of sucks, but it's good to wait rather than to have them rush it out the door and have so many problems that they have to fix. So
yeah,
because then they're trying and they've been in development for this game for years and they've had the idea.
yes.
I mean, so yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Do you have anything else or no? I mean, this video is
I
going
have
on
one more
12 minutes
thing.
now.
I have one more thing. It's not big. So, ZeniMax Online Studios was also formed in 2007. So, yeah,
Yeah, it shows they've been around for a little while. That's 6 years
have
that the studio has
experience.
been around. So, I said over 5 years that this game's been in development. So, anyway, guys, I think this wraps this up because this is now a 12-minute video.
Wow, I was expecting it to be like 5, maybe 6.
Yeah, something like that. It's like, nah, that was out the door a while ago. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the news video. Please go in the description and check out our channels. Both me and The Sacred Cookie. I'm the Only Darkblade, and this is...
Cookie. Also subscribe as
Wait,
well.
what's my name, Cookie? Alright, guys. Have a good one. Peace!
Yeah.
Woo!
See ya.